Good evening, all. In this session, let us discuss what is an ISO 9000 standard. So, ISO 9000 is defined as a set of international standards on quality management and quality assurance developed to help companies effectively document the quality system elements needed to maintain an efficient quality system. They are not specific to any one industry and can be applied to organizations of any size. So before going to the constraints, let me tell what is the history behind this ISO 9000. So here, this ISO is nothing but during Second World War. Here there were quality problems in many British high-tech industries where bombs were going off in factories. The adopted solution was to require factories to document their manufacturing procedures and to prove by record, record keeping that the procedures were being followed. The name of the standard was BS57 BS 5750, and it was known as a management standard because it did not specify what to manufacture but how to manage the manufacturing process. According to Seddon, in 1987, the British government persuaded the International Standards Organization to adopt BS 5750 as an international standard. BS 5750 became ISO 9000. This is the behind the evolution of ISO standard, International Standard Organization. Okay, so actually BS before this the standard name is BS 5750. It has been transformed into ISO 9000. Okay, so ISO 9000 family of standards for quality management systems. ISO 9000 is maintained by ISO, the International Organization for Standardization, and is administered by accreditation and certification bodies. The ISO 9000 series standards have been adopted by some 45 countries, and its equivalent standard in the Indian context is the Bureau of Indian Standard, that is BIS. BIS 14000 series. The ISO standards was published in year 1987, which comprises 5 documents and updated approximately every 5 years. Then, okay. So let me tell what is so here ISO is the ISO is the International Organization for Standardization, which is founded in 1946 with the objective of promotion and development of international standards and related activities, including conformity assessments such as testing, inspection, laboratory accreditation, laboratory accreditation, certification, and quality assessments for facilitating international exchange of goods and services. ISO 9000 series of standards developed in 1987 related to quality system, and the first revision was done in 1994. Later, they were revised on 15 December 2000. In 1991, due to liberalization of trade and industrial policies by the Government of India, the industry started facing competition both in domestic and international markets due to product quality, price, and services. So, why they have faced? Due to the Indian government, why they have faced problems, because so the government of India, uh, regarding the industries, in our country the industries, regarding domestic as well as international markets face some problem in the competition because of product quality, price, and services. By 1992-93, ISO 9000 quality movement had started in India. So due to that problem, this ISO 9000 has started to improve the quality in the products and services. And 50 companies, mainly the large companies had obtained ISO 9000 certification. Okay. Then coming to the what are the constituents? Okay. So there are 5 standards. Okay. Constituents of ISO 9000 series standard. So the ISO 9000 series was created by the International Organization for Standardization as international requirements and guidelines for quality management systems. It was originally introduced in 1987 and over the years has established itself in the global economy, having been adopted in over 178 countries with over 1 million registrations. The phrase ISO 9000 family or ISO 9000 series refers to a group of quality management standards which are process standards, not product standards. This, okay. So here the ISO 9000 series has 5 standards. Let me tell first one. What is it? ISO 9000, which deals with the quality management systems. Okay, and also quality assurance standards guidelines for selection and use. They are going to deal with the fundamentals and vocabulary referenced in all ISO 9000 standards. The second thing, ISO 9001 quality management system. It refers to requirements, contains the requirements an organization must comply with to become ISO 9001 certified. So here it is a model for quality assurance in design, production, installation, and servicing. Then coming to the next one, next to ISO 9002 guidelines for the application of ISO 9001 2015. So what it has given? So ISO 9002, it is a quality system. It gives a model for quality assurance in production as well as installation, whereas the 9001 gives the quality assurance in design, production, installation, and servicing. Okay, and whereas 9002 deals with the production. It is a model for quality assurance in production as well as installation. Then ISO 9003 is missing here. Okay, it is a quality system and it gives a model for quality assurance in final inspection as well as test. Then ISO 9004, it is a managing for sustained success of an organization which provides the guidance for sustaining quality management system success through evaluation and performance improvement. Okay, so this quality management and quality system elements guidelines are going to give for quality management success through evaluation and also the performance improvement. ISO 9001-2015, it is the current version of ISO 9001 standard. ISO 9001 lists requirements while other standards in the 9000 family provides guidelines and also the information regarding the quality improvement. Let me tell what are the ISO 9000 objectives. It defines quality system standards. It defines quality system standards. Here, this has been emerged to meet five objectives. They are first one is to achieve, maintain, and to seek continuously improve product quality, including services in relationship to the requirements. Second thing, first, what is the first one? To achieve, maintain, and to seek continuously improve product quality to the requirements. Okay, and then second thing, in order to achieve the product quality, then what we have to do? Second thing, we have to improve the quality of the operation which has been implemented in the production. We have to improve the quality of the operations. Then only we can able to attain the product quality. And third objective is to provide confidence to internal management. Yes. So in order to achieve the quality of any operation or any service or product, then what is the first thing? We have to build the confidence in the individual. We have to build the confidence in the management. So to provide enough confidence to internal management, and also to provide the main objective is to provide the confidence to customers. So how it can build? It can build only by achieving the necessary quality in the products as well as the services. Whenever the customers are going to satisfy to use the product or service, then as usually he is going to build some confidence on that company product. So this ISO 9000 is going to enhance the confidence in the management and also the customers, and it provides a confidence that quality system requires are fulfilled. Yes. So what are the objectives? To achieve, maintain, and to seek continuously improve product quality in relation to requirements, to improve the quality of operations, to provide the confidence in internal management as well as the customers, and also to build the confidence that quality system requirements are fulfilled. Okay, and coming to the next slide, moving on to next slide, let me tell what are the elements of ISO 9000 quality management systems. So the standards of ISO 9000 detail totally 20 requirements for an organization's quality management in the following areas. So in order to attain the ISO standard, ISO 9000 standard, what are the different elements we have to use for that quality? Let me tell. So totally we are going to have 20 requirements in the organization's quality management system. So let me tell first one, management responsibility, and second one, so yes, this is the total, the entire quality of a product or service is going to lie within the management responsibility. Unless management doesn't feel liable for any mistake, then the outcome is not good enough. So the first thing is management is going to bear whole and sole responsibility regarding the quality of any issue. And then second thing, quality system, order entry, design control. So we have to maintain the quality in all these elements: quality system, order entry, design control, document and data control, then purchasing of raw materials and the warehouse regarding tools and equipment, and also the inventories which are going to use by the factory, control of customer supplied products, product identification and traceability, process control, and continuation this inspection and testing, control of inspection, measuring and test equipment. So here they have to check whether this tool is going to work well. So how it is going to happen? By proper inspection and also proper testing, measuring. So by doing all these things, we can able to decide this tool is going to work well, this machine is going to work well, like that. So that we can able to avoid the failures in the production activity. And also we can able to remove some defects in the production process. Inspection and test status, control of non-conforming products, corrective and prevention action. So how you can achieve the quality of a product or service? For example, we take a practical idea. So, for example, if you take a teaching process, suppose if you want to analyze the quality of your students, or if you want to examine how far your students are going to do well in your exam, then how you are going to know? By conducting frequent tests, frequently. You are going to analyze your students frequently by conducting tests or by assigning some work, like that. That is nothing but testing your students how far the knowledge is going to imbibe them. Okay, so here we can able to also that we can know how much students are going to do well and how much students are going to not doing well. In this case also, by random checking and random inspecting, random testing process, we can able to uh, remove the defectives. In any case, not only in the industry, in any case, it is going to apply random checking, random inspecting, and testing. We can able to remove the defectives. So by this, what happened? We can have some control over the non-conforming products which have some defects. Then what you are going to do? Suppose if you have some defects in some certain product, then we can suppose the students in some students are going to have suppose in your classroom, what happened? Some people are bright and some people are below average. So that below average are nothing but here products with defect. Then what you are going to do with that people? We can able to we are going to enhance, we can able to improve them by conducting remedial classes, by assigning more works, by doing regular practice, regular monitoring. Somehow we can able to change their quality in education. Similarly, we can able to correct and prevent that action in the products also. And here, in the case of material, here there should be proper handling, storage, packing, as well as delivery. In that case, also the product quality is going to have. So suppose we are not going to handle properly, what happens? Substances are going to have. Some substances are very brittle, and substances are very heavy. If you are not going to handle properly, suppose in chemical labs, acids are very dangerous. If you are not going to handle properly, then what happens? It may lead to explosion. So in all the cases, in each and every activity which is going to involve in the production of goods and services, proper care must be taken. Then only the quality can be improved in each and every aspect. And not only in the handling of physical material and also goods, we must also maintain the control of quality records. Why? Because with the help of these records only, then we can able to make the new assessment for the next production process. In order to analyze in order to analyze how much quantity by the survey, by knowing all these records only, then we can able to maintain a good information. Internal quality audits. Internal quality audits also should be very well, should be done thoroughly without any mistake, and we have to make proper training, and also we have to service the proper goods and service. the tools which are going to use, tools and machines which are going to use in the industries, we have to service that in a periodic manner, and we had to allow some training programs regarding quality aspects of the production process, not only production, all the activities to attain the quality management system and statistical techniques. Make sure that the people who are going to do this, they have some, the people should update regarding the statistical techniques. So let me tell what are the advantages of this ISO 9000. So the first thing is so having, suppose if any, okay, if any company which is going to have this ISO 9000 certification, they will feel very proud in the society. So let me tell why. Because ISO 9000 provides a competitive edge in the domestic and global markets. It provides a climate for consistent improvement in quality. It reduces waste and repairs, enhances the profits in turn. It maintains streamlined records, and also it maintains the streamlined material handling and also the storage. It changes the attitude of the workers. The result is improved housekeeping, work atmosphere, and quality awareness. So it is going to change the attitude of the workers, and also it is going to improve the housekeeping, work atmosphere, and quality awareness. ISO 9000 will give international recognition of ability, credibility, and expertise, thereby increasing the number of customers. It also wins the customer confidence for product and process quality, improves supplier-producer relationships. The employees feel proud to work for an ISO 9000 certified company. Yes, people who are going to work in such certified companies, they feel somewhat pride than the other company employees. So here, let me tell what are the advantages of ISO 9000. The first thing is increased efficiency. The companies have done extensive researches on the process they are following, how to maximize the quality and efficiency before going through the ISO 9000 series quality management standard certification process. Once they achieve the certification, the process are established. Okay, it is going to increase the efficiency in all the activities regarding the organization. For the second one, it increases the revenue. It has been observed that ISO quality management system certified companies have shown improvements in the field of productivity, financial performance as compared to the uncertified ones. So the companies which are going to have this certification, ISO certification, they are going to earn more revenue than the other companies. And second one is employee morale. The staff is more satisfied and motivated once they are defined roles and responsibilities, accountability of management, established training procedure, and a well-defined picture of how the roles of the employees affect quality and overall success of the company. So the people who are going to work in such type of ISO registered companies, they are going to define with well-defined roles and also responsibilities, and they are going to have good established training procedures and well-defined picture of how the roles of employees affect the quality and overall the success of the company. That means it is going to show the attitude of the staff of such company. Next, international recognition. So the International Organization for Standardization is recognized worldwide as the authority on quality management. It has been created a recognition in the worldwide. The company which is going to, or the organization which is going to certified by this ISO is going to get a global mark. Okay. And second, next, factual approach to decision making. The ISO 9000 Quality Management System standard sets out clear instructions regarding audits and process reviews. This helps in information gathering and decision making based on data. And next one is supply relationships. ISO certification has been found beneficial regarding supply relationships. The documentation and testing procedures help to ensure the quality of the raw materials used for production purpose. This also helps in properly evaluating a new supplier before changing the suppliers. There is a procedure to check consistency with respect to how and where orders are placed. It's going to improve the customer relationships, supplier relationships. And next one is documentation. It is also going to improve. Since the ISO quality management system standard requires proper documentation of all process, the changes and when changes made errors or discrepancies, it helps to mitigate problems and provide stability. The staff is also more accountable. Documentation also guarantees that traceable records are available in case of non-compliant products or raw materials. Consistency. Since all processes are documented, there is a minimum scope of errors. Processes starting right from research and development, covering production, shipping is well documented. Even any small change in the process has to be documented, ensuring that the changes are well planned and implemented in the best possible way to ensure maximum efficiency. Next, next point is customer satisfaction. Companies can gain the confidence of clients easily because the ISO is a universally accepted standard. ISO 9001 Quality Management System certification ensures efficiency, consistency, and dedicated quality service by the companies, thereby ensuring the satisfaction of the customers. And next one, improvement process. The ISO 9000 Quality Management System emphasizes on audit process, management review, and improved process on collected data. Based on the facts and using a system of documentation analysis, improvements are carefully planned and implemented. This ensures that the best decisions are made for your company. Let me tell once again what are the advantages: increased efficiency, increased revenue, employee morale. Next, international recognition, factual approach to decision making, supplier relationships, documentation, consistency, customer satisfaction, and improvement processes. Next, coming to the drawbacks. So let me tell, okay, you are going to have many advantages and also benefits of which is going to get this certification. So for every profit there is a loss also. The company is gaining some profit, means behind that some difficulties are going to face by that. Let me tell, implementation of the system is very demanding of resources. Assessment and registration are expensive. Yes, implementing of the system is very demanding of resources. Why? Because it's going to focus on the quality. and also customer focus. So the customer is going to determine based on the so here the quality is customer determined. It is based upon the customer reviews. So here the implementation of the system is very demanding of resources. Yes, resources should be very clear and also good quality. Assessment and registration are also expensive. The registration of this ASO 9000 is expensive. Work culture need to be, yes, in order to achieve good quality, then what usually suppose we want to improve the quality of any good or any product or any service, then usually you have to pay something. For example, if you want to improve the quality of for example, take your screen. In olden days, what you are going to have? You are going to have the vacuum tube. Just I am telling about screens, the display screen. Then going on, what happens? You are going to have some CRTs, cathode ray tube, and then as the technology improved, what happens? LCDs came, then LEDs are replaced over LEDs, and then plasmas are replaced over LEDs. So as the technology is improving, how it is going to improve? By paying some after research and development, after doing some experiments like that. So for all these things, the persons who are going to implement this, they are going to take some reputation and they are going to have some copyrights. Yes, for this increase for this development of technology, we are going to pay some money. Okay, so wherever you are going to have the quality in the picture, we are going to pay some good amount of money. So next one, quality culture need to be changed or improved. The quality culture of the people who are going to work in such type of company must be changed, and also they have to improve. They have to update their skills and also technology, and they have to change their attitude regarding work environment. So it is somewhat difficult. Yes, upgrading of manufacturing and test facilities is essential. Yes, manufacturing, regarding manufacturing, they have to implement new techniques and process regarding the production of goods and services. That is, upgrading is very, very important. Unless carefully planned, the system can become non-cost effective. Yes, unless there is no proper plan, the system would get wasted. So dedication will to improve and constant improvement are must for success. For this, the dedication is very, very important regarding this. Unless you won't dedicate regarding the work, then what happens? You cannot achieve proper results. So here, let me tell what are the beneficiaries. Let me tell some companies which are going. So here, beneficiaries of ISO 9000. So today, more than 45 countries worldwide have got ISO 9000 certification. About 3,000 Indian industries have already got ISO 9000 accreditation of their quality system. Small scale industries are also getting interested for their products. ISO certified, ISO 9000 certified. Apart from the manufacturing units, education institutions, hospitals, transportation systems, and many software solution centers are also getting ISO 9000 certification. Because the ISO 9000 certification will provide them recognized in international markets. I will tell some few. So here are some few beneficiaries of ISO 9000. These are some of the companies which are going to have some ISO 9000 certification. So first one, Reliance Industries Limited, Nilkamal Plastics Limited. See here, beside we are going to have some certification according to this. So according to this, it is going to have some name. Nilkamal Plastics Limited, Ashok Leyland Limited, L&T Constructions, Bell Hyderabad, Pinolex Cables Limited, and Vijay Garments Limited, Chennai, Moser Bayer Indian Limited. So all these are some of the examples which are considered the beneficiaries or which have got the ISO 9000 certification. So with this, this ISO 9000 topic has been completed. Just look over, have a look of this, have a look on the slides once again, all of you. Uh, what is an ISO 9000? First thing, set of international standards on quality management, and also constraints of ISO 9000 series standards, objectives, elements, and we are going to have 20 elements. Advantages, increased efficiency, increased revenue, employee morale, international recognition, factual approach decision making, supply relationships, documentation, consistency, customer satisfaction and improvement process. And coming to the drawbacks, benefits, drawbacks, beneficiaries. So with this, our ISO 9000 topic has been covered. So in the coming session, I will try to explain the problems regarding break-even analysis as well as PERT and CPM method. Thank you all. Thank you all.